Hey Canucks fans, the NHL Department of Player Safety has spoken, and both Tyler Myers and Conor McDavid have been suspended for 3 games for their actions at the end of the Canucks-Oilers game on Saturday night. Now, I think the Conor McDavid one is a bigger story, but this is a Canucks channel, so let's talk about the Tyler Myers one first. So 3 games for cross-checking Oilers defenseman Evan Bouchard on Saturday night. We remember the fracas that took place with a couple of seconds left in the game as the Canucks were trying to protect their 1-goal lead. And we know that at the end of not the end of the game, but with 2 seconds left after the whistle went, while the McDavid Garland stuff was happening, Myers finished a check, almost a late check on Bouchard against the boards, and then I think he gave a quick tap or slash to, I can't remember, but he did something to Bouchard first, then Bouchard retaliated, and then Myers cross-checked Bouchard across Bouchard's face. Now, in the ruling, they said that, they believe Tyler Myers' assertion that he did not mean to hit him so hard and in the face. Ultimately, there's no excuse. You're responsible for your stick. And they also made the point that Myers did not make contact first with Bouchard's chest or his arm or his shoulder, any part of his upper body. Rather, it was direct contact to Bouchard's face. So no surprise that Tyler Myers got suspended. I was predicting 2, so to hear him get 3 was a tiny bit of a surprise to me. But what's the difference between 2? Well, I guess the difference between 2 and 3 games is 1 game and a bit of money. So Tyler Myers, they cited that he's been suspended twice in his career. He's been fined twice in his career, a career that spanned over 1,000 games now. So I don't know if that's a good ratio or not. Regardless, Tyler Myers will not be with the Vancouver Canucks for the next 3 games, which is tomorrow against Buffalo, Thursday the rematch against the Oilers, and then I think the next one is Saturday against Washington after that. So the Canucks will be without Tyler Myers, suspended for 3 games, and it looks like while Noah Juleson is still on the shelf, Mark Friedman will skate in his place. Whether that's Friedman with Hughes or Friedman with Soucy, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow, I guess, against Buffalo, and I talked about that in my earlier video from today. So once again, Tyler Myers suspended for 3 games. The other player who's suspended for 3 games is Edmonton Oilers superstar forward Conor McDavid. And let's get it out of the way first. By being suspended for 3 games, he's going to miss a big matchup against Washington. Ovi versus McDavid is now Ovi versus Draisaitl. And more importantly for us, he's going to miss our rematch with them on Thursday night. So you could argue that Conor Garland should be the Canucks MVP. Maybe not for the entire season, because that's Quinn Hughes, but for this week, Conor Garland may be the MVP for the Vancouver Canucks. I say that sarcastically. If any Oilers fans are watching this video, hello Oilers fans, and I'm going to try and be as unbiased as I can. I know you guys aren't happy. You feel that Garland should have been penalized for the way he was mauling Connor McDavid in the last 10, 15 seconds of that game. I agree. Conor Garland should have been penalized. Then you can argue, well, if they called a penalty, delayed penalty on Conor Garland, would the Oilers have given up the puck to go 6-on-4 with their goalie out, or would the Canucks not have a chance of touching the puck and you would have wound up without that man advantage anyways? Regardless, yes, I agree that Conor Garland should be penalized. However, I'd hope that you'd agree that that does not justify a cross-check to the face. You can punch him back. You can tackle him back. You can give him a face wash. You can give him a stinky glove. You can do whatever you want, but getting tackled for 10 to 15 seconds, although uncomfortable, does not justify a cross-check, a blatant cross-check to the face. So you guys seen the video. You guys know what happened. McDavid, frustrated, takes a punch at Garland and then cross-checks him across the face. Garland's a lot smaller than Evan Bouchard, but still, it made contact with the face as the primary point of contact. In the explanation video for the 3-game suspension, they mentioned that Conor McDavid, his action was aggressive and intentional and dangerous. And basically, McDavid didn't assert that he didn't mean to do it, because how could you say that you didn't mean to do it when it's so blatant? And therefore, because it was aggressive, because it was intentional, and because the primary point of contact was Conor Garland's face, Conor McDavid was also suspended for 3 games. And they cited that his suspension history, whereas Myers has been suspended twice and fined twice, it's half for McDavid. McDavid has been suspended once and fined once in his 600-game career. So he's played about 60% of the games as Tyler Myers, So almost one for two or 2 for 1, and therefore he's being suspended and fined half the time as Tyler Myers. Tyler Myers, he's not, he's not a dirty player. He can be aggressive. Sometimes you want him to be more aggressive for his size, but he's certainly not a dirty player. Well respected throughout the league. I think there's a couple markets that don't like him because of hits and stuff, or maybe his other 2 suspensions, but not a dirty player. So. Yeah, not a dirty player. And Conor McDavid, obviously, he's too good to be dirty. He's too busy deking guys and dangling guys to be a dirty player. But he's learned to protect himself as well. And I certainly, I don't blame him for standing up for himself and being, retaliating against Conor Garland. It's more of an issue of how he did that. And cross-check to the face, whether it's McDavid to Garland or whether it's Myers to Bouchard, is dangerous, it's reckless, it's unnecessary, it's intentional, and for those reasons, both Tyler Myers and Conor McDavid have been suspended for 3 games by the NHL Department of Player Safety. Now, when you step back and look at this, the big picture, it's going to hurt both teams. Obviously, it's going to hurt Edmonton more, and it's magnified because the 2 teams play against each other once again on Thursday, and of course, Myers and McDavid will not be available for that game by virtue of their suspension. So the way that it hurts the Canucks, well, they lose their second best right shot defenseman. Then with Noah Juleson out, you're basically left with Philip Hronik and Vincent Desharnais, and then one of Noah Juleson if he's healthy, or Mark Friedman who got called up today. So that's how it affects the Vancouver Canucks, and then they can figure out their pairings from there. Obviously, it affects the Edmonton Oilers in a big way. He's part of that top line. He plays in every situation, and still, he's not the leading point getter this year, but he's still the best player in the game. And it's the Edmonton Oilers simply look a lot less dangerous. I know they're a good team. They're better. They're ahead of the Canucks in the standings. I'm not saying that they're suddenly worse than the Canucks because they have no Conor McDavid, but I think even a staunch Oilers fan would admit that the Edmonton Oilers look a lot different without Conor McDavid in their lineup, and they're going to have to learn to adjust over the next 3 games as well. So the biggest, I guess it's almost ironic or fitting or coincidental, whatever word you want to use, that these 2 teams will face each other again on Thursday night, but the Canucks without Tyler Myers and the Oilers without Conor McDavid. And once again, Conor Garland, late entry for Canucks MVP for the season. All right, Canucks fans and any Oilers fans in here, tell me what you think of these suspensions. You can address them both. You can address either one. Are they justified? Are they too long, too short? I predicted 2 games each. I didn't get into whose was more egregious or whose was more dirty or whatever, or dangerous. I thought there would be 2 games each for McDavid and Myers, so I undershot it by 1 game apiece. By giving them 3 games each, the player safety, NHL Department of Player Safety is obviously saying that this is not acceptable, that they're going to come down hard, whether you're a 6'7" defenseman or the best player in the entire league. Shout out to my sponsors, Advanced City Experts Real Estate, Coach Patrick Liu, Weight Loss Coach. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members, for your support, and thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. I will do my own show, no Canucks After Dark tonight, but my own show, Clay's Canucks Commentary, at 11 p.m. tonight, and we'll talk more about these suspensions. We'll talk about JT Miller, we'll talk about Patrick Allvin. Lots to talk about in tonight's show. I hope to see you at 11 p.m. tonight right here on this YouTube channel. But most importantly, right now, leave a comment, react, let me know what your reaction is, initial reaction to these twin 3-game suspensions. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.